Hi, team. Christy Garcia here, your Director of Training for Advantage Treatment Centers. Today, we'll be talking about some things you need to know in order to complete your 90-day on-the-job training and other mandatory training curriculums as part of what's expected of you during the course of your employment. So in this video, we'll cover basic information about your training packet, ATC policies on training, how to turn in outside training for training credit, and what training curriculums will need to be completed within your first year. So let's get started with basic information about your training packet. You should get your training packet from your direct supervisor, whether it's a coach, trainer, or coordinator. If you have not received your training packet, but you want to get started now, you can also find it on the Google Share Drive in the ATC Toolkit. The packet is extensive and is meant to cover all topics you need to know as part of your onboarding and things that are required as part of policy and standards. Don't let the size of the packet overwhelm you. Take it section by section, and in no time, you'll have it completed. The training packet is designed to work in conjunction with some PowerPoint presentations, YouTube videos, as well as discussion points and practice between you and your trainer. Only initial the topics that you feel you have a basic understanding of and feel comfortable with, and reach out to your trainer if there's areas that you still need to work on. Once you and your trainer feel comfortable that you have completed all topics, then sign the last page and date it and turn it into your coordinator for training credit. Let's review some standards and policies around training. As part of standard and policy, all staff are required to have 40 hours of training credit per calendar year. New staff are required to complete an onboarding training within the first 90 days, which we have developed into the on-the-job training packets. Ongoing formal and informal coaching is also available to you upon request. Reach out to your ATC training department if you're interested in some coaching. ATC facilitates in-person as well as virtual training opportunities throughout the year on a variety of training topics. Some are required evidence-based principles that are outlined in standard and policy. These training sessions are essential in building a foundation for how to effectively work with clients and are a necessary part of providing good quality client care. Your coordinator or director will typically sign you up for these training sessions, and the training department will send out email reminders and calendar updates with all the information you need. Make sure to have Zoom uploaded on your computer and log in early so you know if there's an update, you'll be on time. Please try to be on time and come prepared for all training. There is a training calendar that will show all the trainings available for the year, and that's located also in the ATC Toolkit of the Google Drive. So if you find a topic that interests you, you can also reach out to your direct supervisor to see if this is something you can attend and work with your schedule. We also host a community of practice each month, which is a way for the community to get together and practice skills across ATC sites. And these are skills that we've been trained on and just need to continue to practice because practice makes perfect. So don't forget, practice and feedback is how we get better. Join us when you can. These are virtual and a lot of fun. And so I hope that you can make it to the communities of practice. They are voluntary, but they are essential in building skills. ATC does honor outside training. So if you get referred to do an outside training or required to do it as part of your job, or you find an outside training and you go to your coordinator and they approve it, we will also give you training credit for those. And those are great for your own continued growth and development. So let's review some specifics on outside training credit. So all outside training credit must pertain to the job that we do and be facilitated by an official credited source. Please make sure to send any training certificates or transcripts you receive from these outside sources so you can get training credit. If you have questions what can be used as documentation, just reach out to your ATC training team. You can email that documentation to the ATC training department to get credit. We will also give up to 10 hours a year for any academic sources that you decide to read, like a book or a magazine or research or studies. They just need to fit in the criteria of what's considered an academic source. So there's a guide in the Google Drive if you are interested and want to know more about that. Let's talk about mandatory trainings. So there's a list of mandatory training curriculums that show up in the Google Drive in the ATC toolkit. Review that for a full list, but here are some of the most important that are required in the first year. Anti-harassment and PREA are required immediately upon hire. You're going to get an email with those videos, so please make sure to read that email and respond promptly. Ethics and corrections is required in the first 90 days, along with core correctional practices. Ideally, core correctional practices is an in-person training, so typically your coordinator will assign you to those ones, and so you'll have to wait until the next training comes up in order to participate. Might not be done within your first 90 days. The Be Smart training is also a required training within the first year. We also ideally try to put staff in motivational interviewing within your first year, but it is required to get done at least by the second year. Case managers, upon hire, will be placed into a SOAR, progression matrix, and behavioral intervention training, which will happen within the first 90 days as a case manager. And that's what you need to know about training. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, or you want to help participate in coaching, training, or communities of practice, reach out to the ATC training department. We love to collaborate and brainstorm. If you have questions, you can contact me or Paul Grahn, and you can email us at the ATC training email address. I hope you have a good day, and I hope this video was helpful. Thank you.